I'm winding down in a minute. The Bible says, just so you know, got a stopwatch. So I know how long I've been. I ain't no long-winded preacher when I have my stopwatch. The Bible says, whenever Amnon took what he did not deserve to have, he became frustrated and filled with anger and hatred for Tamar.
My God.
She begged him. What's this? Not even that, he done did that. She begged him to let her keep her dignity. She said, you've done this, which is against custom in Israel, but you can marry me. You can help me save face.
Oh my God.
The Bible says that he refused to do that because he was not concerned about her as a person. There are a lot of people you will find out by their actions that they do not love you as a person. They will love you for what they can get out of you, and then after that they hate you, they despise you. You mean to tell me you've taken and snatched my innocence?
Oh God.
You don't even care enough to own up to what you've done. I wondered when I was 15, I was molested by my pastor. Someone who I trusted, who not only did I respect, but my parents respected.
All right.
And he violated me. In my innocence, I was clueless as what I should do. Because here I am, a 15-year-old girl, with an accusation against a lifelong minister. Some of you don't have the story, molestation of your pastor. But some of you have had fathers, grandfathers, cousins, uncles, who you are just a child having to try to explain yourself.
Come on, Pastor. All right.
And how do you explain yourself to people who you already know have formed an opinion about your guilt or your innocence?
Say that. Amen.
Imagine. This ain't the first time I done shared this story. So it ain't no surprise to nobody. Imagine being a teenager in a small town. What do you say? What do you do? I said nothing. I lived in silence. And then I made the mistake of telling my talking cousin. Some folks, boy, I tell you, can't tell them nothing. I tell you, it's a secret. It's a secret.
Amen.
And what she did was, she told. This is a night of healing for me because this is the first time my parents have been in the midst when I've shared this. So don't judge me.
Amen.
Come on. And so, early in the wee morning hours, I was awakened and asked about the allegation that I had made to my cousin. And my dad was a deacon in the church at that time. My mom was a missionary, minister, in the church. And here I was, me, 15-year-old basketball player. My only dream in life was to do good enough in school and in sports to get out of my community. That's all I ever wanted to do, was to get out. We woke up, we went down there, my dad said, my daughter said this, and he looked my daddy in the face, and he said, I didn't do it. And because of the relationship and the trust and the respect that my daddy had then, he was placed between a rock and a hard place. What do you do? Now, Keith, I'm going to tell you this. For years, I was mad and angry at my daddy. I'm a daddy's girl. I was mad. I was angry. I was upset. I was broken. Because I expected my daddy to act a fool about his baby.
Hallelujah. Jesus.
So there I was. And I was out in the community. I was the worst thing that ever happened. I went from being the golden girl. This is going to be our basketball star. This was going to be our namesake. And now I was cast into exile. I was an outcast. Now she accused him. This is not a realness, people. This is not a being real. And I went around 10 years, bottled, hurt, crying every night that I laid down. Here's somebody get heavy. I can feel it in the chest. I remember feeling lost, like I was on an island by myself. And the only way I could express me was to invest all of my time in athletics. I was gone every month of the year. I played softball, couldn't stand it. But at least it covered me from August to October. Basketball started in October, it ended in May. Track started in May and ended in July. I was covered. I thought that sex was going to make somebody love me.
Come on. Come on.
Amen.
Come on.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
And all of these years, the question I always asked was, where was my mother? My mother was in the house every day. We never talked about it. Nobody ever asked me. Nobody ever sat me down and said, what happened? Some of you in the same boat. Nobody ever sat you down and asked you, what happened? They never accused me of anything, that I did anything wrong. Nobody ever asked. Nobody ever asked me how I felt. Nobody ever asked me how many times it happened. But for years, overseer, I went to church and hated it. With a passion. She said, let me backtrack. She had her robe that was adorned. That says, I have my virginity. I have something sacred here. And she knew that she had to live with this pain, with this monkey on her back. And she ripped what was precious to her because it had lost its value. Some of you, your heart has been broken to where now you feel it has no value. She felt worthless. She could have married a prince. The Bible says her brother showed up, Absalom. Showed up and says, what's